Your girl Nisha Michelle is back with another video. Let me put this Bluetooth in because I think y'all can hear me better. I try not to have these in my ears all the time, but you know what I'm doing. But I want to get on here and talk about like everything that's happening. Not everything that's happening, but just like the fear that the world keep pushing out on us, from the fires in California to hear the planes is crashing and everything else. Excuse me. Not yet. Everything start messing up when you get on the camera and start talking. But the plane crashed. And usually, let me tell y'all something. I don't watch the news. I do not watch the news because what the world want. Get thee behind me, Satan. What the world is going on with my throat? And you know, I just seen a brand new Cadillac shut off in the middle of the road. Ain't that something? Shut off. She said her car just shut off in the middle of the road. Them new cars, boy, they ain't all up what they seem to be. But I don't know. I don't watch the news because it just made me worry. It just made me think about how much is going on in the world. But when you in your word, right, God be telling us in his word, in the good book, there's a lot that's going to be going on in the world. But don't let that distract you. It's especially with Trump in the chair. They trying to distract you. They trying to make you weary in your well-doing. They trying to make you, and let me tell y'all what fear do. When you scared about what's going on in the world, and then you got your own personal life, what's going on in your own world, your own environment, your own house, it creates stress, chaos. Then it make it easy for you to be going off on people when a situation arises, or losing your patience with your kids or your job. And you know, when you walking with Christ, you putting on the mind of Christ. You putting on the full armor of God. You're not letting none of that outside negativity get to you. Now, I'm not going to say we not going to stress a little bit or nothing, but you already know. Pick up your word, pray, get on your knees. Our life is in the hands of God. Everything going to be okay. What the devil's meant for bad, God turns it around for our good. So with all this chaos going on in this world, don't let it discourage you. Don't let it knock you off on your path of what you got going on, or what business you starting, or what God told you to start and do. Don't let it stop you. Even if you're not seeing the fruits of whatever it is you got going on. Because it's like, when God tells you to do something, you could be in the worst situation. Like, you could be in a not so good situation. But he's sending you everything in your mind, and you putting together, you putting it in play. You taking action. But everything around you is falling apart. But you still have to go. You still have to do right. You still have to be in the will of God, because it's not safe out here. It's not safe to be out the will of God, especially not this time. It is not safe out there. The safest place is to be in consecration with the Lord. It's to be in prayer. It's to praise when the world seems like it is falling apart. It's to praise when your world seems like it's falling apart. Praise God. That's what's going to confuse the enemy. Because the enemy comes to steal, kill, and confuse you. He come to kill, steal, and confuse you. He wants to kill that joy inside of you. He wants you to get knocked off your self-control. He wants you to have no control. He don't want you to have patience in an impatient situation. And let me tell y'all something about patience. Because I always be praying. The more you pray for patience, the more you get put in situations, some impatient situations. Because that's the only way you going to learn some patience is to be in some impatient situations. Say, for instance, you in traffic and you get frustrated. You late. This is the time to be present and to know how to activate your patience. You know what I do when traffic is going on and it's too many cars on the road? Oh my God, especially in this little town. 5 o'clock traffic. People be beeping the horn, honking, cussing the guy. Oh my God. I just put on a audio book so I can listen to it, so I can enjoy this time on the road. I have more time to listen to my books that I'm listening to. Right now I'm listening to Pure Human by Greg Braden. Oh my God. If you're ever having an identity crisis, look into that book. Listen to that book. You do not know the power that we have inside of us. What God has written on our hearts. It's there. Everything is within you. Everything is within you. Say, for instance, you having an impatient situation with your kids, because I have that a lot of times. My kids be going back and forth with each other. I'm getting off work. I got to cook dinner. They fighting. Everything. I got to, ooh, Lord have mercy. I just have to stop, breathe, and pray. Stop, breathe, and pray. Because we want to keep on going. We want to keep on going and try to control everything on the outside of us, but I can't control everything on the outside of me. You can't control everything on the outside of you. You stop. Because everything gonna keep moving. You stop. You breathe and you pray. That's what I do. Stop, breathe, and pray. Even when I see somebody trying to irk my nerves. Somebody call me with some disturbing news. Somebody come at me and tell me something. My job was talking to me so disrespectful the other day. I put my 2 weeks notice in a nice way. I ain't even come at them. But they didn't give me an option to say no. They demanded me to do something when I did not and could not do that how they wanted to. And they said they're always going to be able to call me and just shift me anywhere they want me to go. Let me drive it. No, I can't. I'm like, ma'am, this is not the job for me. If I don't have the freedom to say no, I don't want to be here. See, even the job want to control you. They want to take all your time. They want to rearrange your schedule how they want your schedule to be. I said, let me be part-time. They will put you on full-time. Even if you accept a one-time client, they're going to give you that client all the time. That's why it's hard to say yes, because once you ever read that book, when you give a mouse some milk, they want a straw? And then when you give a mouse a straw, they want a piece of cheese? That used to be my favorite book. That book made so much sense when you apply it in this real life. So don't be saying yes to everybody. No, this is the time to get into alignment and put the fruits of the Spirit to work. And it ain't easy. It's not easy. I'm always on here telling y'all it's not easy. But don't be in fear. Don't get weary in your well-doing. Whatever God got you doing, keep going. Keep going no matter what the distractions is happening around you, or in your house, or outside your house, in your neighborhood, on the news. Turn off the news. I ain't know as much news. Listen, I have not watched as much news as I watched since I started this job, because the clients that I go to at their house, they sit with the news on 24/7. This lady will sit with this news on, listening to the politics, from the politics to the tragedies that's happening out here, from the politics to the oh my God. I have to put on my headphones and hope I hear her when she called my name. I'm like, Lord, this just is not for me. I can't sit in that. You hearing the same news from different news channels. And then she eating all the bad food. When the doctor telling her she can't be eating that if she wants surgery. And you got to sit back and watch this lady just do this to herself. I'm like, Lord, I know this her life, but I just got to go. I be encouraging her, listen, you know if you want this surgery, you got to eat like this. It's all a mind thing. If you change your mind, you change your life. She got that written on her refrigerator. She like, blah. She used to be a nurse too. A sweet lady, very sweet lady. My mouth started getting dry. Sweet lady, very sweet lady. But listen, I ain't watch as much news as I did till I got to working with her. I didn't know what was going on in this world. So I'm like, ooh, look at this. Look at what's going on. You know, I don't even believe that God told me to get this job. I got it because it was familiar. That's another thing. Don't gravitate to the familiar. Nothing familiar. Gravitate to the uncomfortable. The things that you ain't never tried before. The things that's going to allow you to grow in that painful season. In that chaotic season. Because the only way we can grow is if we get uncomfortable. If we're comfortable, you know you're not growing. If it ain't hard, you know you ain't growing. It got to be hard. That's why I'm always coming on here telling y'all it's not easy. It's not easy. Maturing is not easy. Taking on responsibilities, being responsible over your life, having that choice, choosing to take responsibility over your life, no matter what happened. You're not blaming nobody but you. And you're not really blaming yourself. You're just taking responsibility. So I ain't saying that. Don't blame yourself for nothing. Because we learn and we grow. We don't think it's a mistake. Nothing's a mistake. You made the decision based off of the knowledge you had then. That's it. That's all. And here we go again. We learning. We growing. We evolving. It's not easy. Don't expect it to be easy. Because that's when you know you growing. Is when it's not easy. And you still going with the flow. You still woo-sahing, if you got a woo-sah. And you still making things happen. That's how you have control. You changing your story. You ain't believing what the world told you. You ain't believing what your parents installed into you. You believe in what God is giving you. He's sending you downloads. And you taking action on them downloads. You know? So I'm about to get ready and walk. I might come on here again and talk again. I worked out this morning, but now I want to walk again because for some reason I took a great nap. I don't know how that nap came upon, but I cut up some steak with some onions and some sweet potatoes. Ooh, it was so good. Like a little sauteed. Then I boiled some eggs, chopped them up. In my eggs and sweet potatoes, I eat kind of weird stuff. I don't know why. I've been making up my own recipes, but it was really good. But to add to that responsibility, you're not just taking responsibility over your life. If you're becoming an entrepreneur, that's taking on a big responsibility. Because now you're learning how to govern your life and being your own boss. And you got to be on a routine. And you have to really be in prayer with God. Really have your life consecrated with God. So don't let nothing scare you. God did not give give us the spirit of fear. Even though, you know, we got a natural emotion of being scared, God did not give us the spirit of fear. He gave us love, power, and a sound mind. So keep that scripture on your mind. Think about the things that are above, not the things on this earth, the things that are above you. Okay? Love. Y'all have a wonderful day.